Hi, grade sevens. It's been a while since we've done um, a lesson in life orientation, and so I'm just gonna quickly recap on the last work that you guys had to do for me, and those were the introduction to human rights, and you had to write down the different human rights and also write down the definitions. So if you look at the second slide that I'm gonna go to now, it's a recap on the previous lesson, and it says the following: equality. You had to write down what it means: human dignity, freedom and security, slavery, servitude, and forced labor, and personal privacy, freedom of speech, freedom of association, access to information, citizenship, property, and freedom of religion. Then I gave you a chance to get your work up to date, and everybody should by now be up to date. Okay, now I want to move on to the following. We are still with the constitution and your human rights. We're just going to add on to it, which is values, trust, and respect for difference. Now, I'm going to pause quickly, and then we're just gonna. I just need to get the book so that I can read page 44 and 45 with you. Right. So, role of values, trust, and respect for difference. Games may be about winning, but they are also a great way to establish values in our lives. When we play in a team, we learn to trust we learn to trust our fellow teammates. We also learn to respect that some members of the team cannot play as well as others or will always play better than others. This is a part of life. Fair play helps us to put values, trust, and respect into practice. A person who can do this shows good sportsmanship. Let us look at examples of fair play and good sportsmanship from different athletics and sports activities. Team sports such as soccer, rugby, and cricket. In sports such as soccer, rugby, and cricket, the whole team has to work together to win matches. All team members have to trust one another's judgment, respect one another's talents, and help one another to play the best game they can. Every team member experiences periods when things do not go well. For example, in rugby, a full-back keeps missing the post when kicking the ball, or an opening batsman in cricket is out for a duck, which means he is bowled out before he scores any runs. At times like this, a player needs lots of support and encouragement from his or her teammates. And fair play helps us to trust and respect our teammates and to stick together even when things do not go well. When playing sports, you must respect it when other members of your team or the opposition have different beliefs than your own. For example, one of the main sponsors of our national cricket team, is a beer company, right? We all know it's Lager. And Hashim Amla, who is a Muslim, he refused, and I do recall mentioning this to you guys in the beginning of the year, where I said that Hashim Amla, he actually refused to wear the kit that Lager sponsors. And it says here, Hashim Amla is a Muslim and his faith does not allow him to drink any alcohol. As a sign of respect to him, the South African Cricket Board and the sponsors allow him to wear uniform that does not include the sponsor's logo. So, what I want you to do is I want you to have a conversation, right? Have a discussion with your parents about values, trust, and respect for difference in various sports. Once you have had this discussion, please write down what you have learned. Okay? Now, it doesn't need to be a full page It can literally just be half a page and maybe 5 points that you write down. Okay, but make sure that it touches on values, trust, and respect for difference. What you can do as an extra for me is you can go and look up the words values, trust, and respect, and you write down those definitions underneath your what you have discussed with your parents and what you have found. And remember, please box your headings, and I've highlighted how I want you, what heading you need to write. So I'm going to go to the next slide, which is slide 4, and this is the case study on page 49. I am quickly going to turn to that page. Right. And like I said, we are continuing with constitutional rights and responsibilities, but we are moving on now to abuse in a different context. Okay, so like I said, I want you to, as you can see on the slide, this will be done on a new page, okay, with the heading LO case study abused by uncle, activity 6, and that is what I want you to do. So I'm just quickly going to read what is on page 49, but you also read it with me, okay? So I'm hoping that you've got your textbook open and you are by page 49. So let's read. Dealing with abuse in different contexts, between adults and children and between peers. A relationship is abusive when somebody is often cruel or unkind to another person. You might experience abuse in different types of relationships. An adult might treat you badly, or your peers might be abusive towards you. Remember that peers are the people of your own age. In this unit, we will identify situations in which abuse might happen. We will describe the effects that abuse has on people, and we will talk about strategies to protect yourself in risky situations. Right. The case study that I want you to do, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read the questions, and then I'm sure you'll be able to do it on your own. Abuse between adults and children. Read the following case study and answer the questions that follow. Abused by uncle. A 10-year-old girl was raped by her uncle. When the girl's mother found out, she tried to get the man to pay damages. The girl's sister, however, went to the police, and the police arrested the man. When the mother found out about it, she rushed to the police station and told the police that the children made a mistake. She tried to get the police to let the man go. When she was asked why she protected him, she answered, "He is my sister's husband, and therefore also my husband." Activity 6. Think about abuse between adults and children. Now, for some, this might be something that's close to home. For some, it's something new. Maybe you've heard of someone that has been abused. So this might not even be something new to you. But if you do know that somebody is abused or they are suffering from that, then you need to do something about it. You can't be quiet. Okay. So, question 1. Why is this story an example of abuse between two adults and a child? Why isn't it just one adult? Okay. And again, in order for you to understand the case study, you don't just read the case study once. You read it more than once. So in order for you to understand what is being asked, and in order for you to answer the questions properly, I suggest that you read the case study more than once. Okay. Number 2, how does the story make you feel? This is your own answer. What do you think should happen to the uncle? Explain if indigenous knowledge played a role in the way the mother reacted in the story. Now, if you don't know what indigenous means, this is a good opportunity for you to grab your dictionary and go and find out what indigenous means. Number 5, use creative thinking to think of 3 possible outcomes for the girl in the story. So you think of 3 possible outcomes of the story. What could have happened? Okay. Then number 6, evaluate which one of the outcomes will be the best for the girl in the long run. So from those 3 that you've come up with, which one would be the best one for the benefit of the girl? That's all I have for you for now. I'm sure that you will be able to do that activity. And remember, write neatly and box your headings and rule off when you are done. Thank you.